Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
Gavin McAfee.
John Metzger.
Will Rahab.
And Hayden, are you going to say anything?
I'm here.
Not Benders.
All right, here he is. There he is. He's here. All right. Well, some good games last week. The rankings, as we saw, came out last night. Some changes in there. Georgia is now moved up to the 4th spot with Alabama dropping all the way down to 10, which I've seen a very big controversy mark over social media about how Notre Dame's ahead of Alabama. Personally, I should think Alabama should be ahead of them because they've beaten Vanderbilt, Tennessee, and Georgia. Notre Dame's two best wins are USC and Pitt, whose coach literally said the game didn't matter. So, I mean, when you have those, I think Bama just has the better 2 wins. Texas, I know Michigan fans won't be happy with this one. Texas dropped to 17th, but still ahead of Michigan. I don't think Texas – I think they're cooked. I think even if they beat A&M, I don't see a path for them. I don't, because the committee is basing this off eye test. If this was resumes, that's a different discussion. But the eye test, Texas has not played a good game at all this year. Not one. They have 2 overtime wins against fucking Kentucky and Mississippi State, the bottom barrel teams of the SEC. So the three teams I see with 2 teams with a good path that can get to the playoffs if they win out. USC, if they can beat Oregon this week and win out, and Michigan if they can pull the upset against Ohio State. Those are the 2 teams I see with a good path. But, yeah, that's the only things I have. You guys have anything to add from this week's rankings?
I like that you brought up that you think we would be upset about not moving ahead of Texas. I think part of us Michigan fans are. But at the same time, it's like we almost deserve to lose that game to Northwestern, in all honesty. I think Bryce, I was talking to Will, Rob, and Bender about this, I think, last night or a couple nights ago? But, I mean, Bryce played an amazing first half, and then he just got to the second half, and it was just those freshman mistakes that just killed us and let Northwestern even back into that game. So, I mean, I think barely winning a game, which is technically on the road against Northwestern, which Northwestern's a really solid team, and they're honestly turning around that program very slowly. And, the new Ryan Field will honestly probably help them out a lot going into the next couple of years here and hopefully building a good program maybe back up. But, I mean, there's just no excuse when you're up trying to go up almost 3 scores, and you just throw away a game. We have 5 turnovers in the game and we win a game. I think that's the first time a team's won a game with 5 turnovers, exactly 5, and losing in that margin since like 2010 or something like that. So we're not deserved to move up right now. I think maybe after a good win this weekend against Maryland on the road, I think that can set us up a lot better to get into the playoffs. But right now, it's just we didn't deserve to move up at all.
Yeah, last team to commit 5 turnovers and win was Boise State. And one thing to add about Bryce Norwood, the first half he was great. I mean, that's the best I've seen him look all year. And then the second half, it just went down the drain so quickly. I mean, the RPO reads, the problem with the RPO that he was throwing, he was locked in on one receiver. Like, as a young quarterback, he's going to fix that eventually. Like, he's going to fix that. Like, that's why they want him there. But obviously, you just saw rookie mistakes, basically. Like, the snap. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I thought that was the game, honestly, because I thought Northwestern was going to run down the clock. But Michigan got to win. They did what they had to do. And now the Ohio State game, they just got to win and they're in, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Michigan and USC can do. I think one of us is going to lose and one of us is going to win out. So it'll be interesting to see who does. And I think their game against Oregon, and it's going to hopefully it comes down to us versus Ohio State. But I think it'll be interesting how these 2 teams play out, like you said. I think everybody else was pretty predictable on where they were going to go. We knew Bama was going to drop after that loss. So I wasn't really surprised by anything else.
Ben, are you there?
I'll go, yeah. Yeah, I think rankings wise, I think what shocked me is, dude, why is Miami, Florida so high? Like, I don't understand that. It makes no sense to me. I think they're very overrated at this point in the year. I didn't feel that way early on, but at this point, I mean, they got 2 losses to teams that aren't the best, that's for sure. And then you got a team like Alabama. They dropped behind Notre Dame. Like, are we serious? I know they lost. They both have 2 losses, but like, you look at wins that each team has. Notre Dame's beat Pitt is probably their best win, and then a USC team at home. But then Bama's beat a Georgia and a Vanderbilt. So I don't like that. I think those 2 teams should be flopped. But I mean, other than that, it's okay. I would have liked to see Georgia jump A&M because I feel like they've been looking better the past couple weeks. I know A&M still won that game, but I don't know. I think eye test has to do something as well. So
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Bama should be ahead of Notre Dame. Just the wins they've had, I think they're better than Notre Dame. I don't know. I would say the problem with Alabama is they're so one-dimensional. It's just like they don't have a very good run game, and if you stop the passing game they have, which is very good for Bama, I mean, you can. I think you can beat them pretty. Like I think Joel Klatt said, he had like 6 teams that could win the national championship. He had Ohio State, Indiana, A&M, Georgia, Oregon, and Texas Tech. Surprisingly, he didn't put Bama. The same reason he said why is because they're one-dimensional. The run game sucks. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. But, yeah, we can actually just speak about that. Oklahoma beat Bama on the road. Great win for Oklahoma. I think all of us picked Bama, unfortunately. Gavin went against his gut. He's been a Oklahoma guy all year, but the one game he doesn't take them, they actually won. So, I think that was funny. But, yeah, their defense is good. Their defense is really good, Oklahoma. John Mateer, he played well enough to win. I mean, he didn't have any turnovers, so, I mean, their special teams is good, defense is good. That's what's going to help them in the playoffs. Is their defense is good. If their offense just plays okay, they might win a game. Like, I don't see them making a deep run. They might win a game or 2. But, yeah, now for Bama, they got a tough rivalry game. Now, it's been announced it's a night game at Auburn. That's never easy for them. We've seen great moments in that game. So, yeah, Bama's got to win against Auburn or they're in deep trouble.
Yeah, I feel like they've loaded up the SEC for the playoffs right now, and last week and now this week. But I feel like they're all 1 loss away from being dropped out. So it'll be interesting. I think Bama will be fine against Auburn, but you never know. Auburn is sneaky, especially rivalry game. But Oklahoma, I feel like if they can figure out what is wrong, like consistency wise, they can make a deep run in this playoffs. So far, they just haven't really proven that they can be consistent when they have these good games. But we'll see, I guess, coming off this big win, what they can do, and see if they can keep it rolling. But I was disappointed that I didn't pick them 1 week and they decided to win a big game. So, yeah, that's probably all I got on that.
I'll piggyback off of what Gavin was saying. The consistency, man. When that Oklahoma defense is on, it's on, and it's really good. Honestly, I think same thing with the offense too. I think if they're moving the ball like against Bama, they played a complete game, and it was honestly a really great game to watch. I just, like Gavin said, it's just the consistency. They got to stay consistent, and if they can, John Mateer can definitely be the guy to lead this Oklahoma team to a natty and to even, at least make the semis or the natty. But, that's just up to how consistent they want to play. And I think, especially in the month of November, teams that want to make a run and teams that want to do good, they got to dig deep and play their best football in November and December and into January.
Hayden here.
yeah, sorry, my thing's slow. Yeah, for Oklahoma, I mean, it was a good win. I was surprised they won, but I mean, both teams, in my opinion, still control their own destiny. I think if both teams win out, they're going to be in. I don't think either team has something to worry about if they keep winning games. Obviously, if one of them loses, I think they're probably going to be out. Although that's my opinion. The committee likes to keep SEC teams in, so I mean, them to keep a 3-loss SEC team in Bama or Oklahoma wouldn't be surprising, although I don't agree with it. But I mean, yeah, they're both in a decent spot right now, so I mean, they win games, they're gonna be fine. I mean, that Auburn game will be scary for Bama, but I mean, I think they're the better team and they'll pull it out. So I wouldn't be too worried for them, but definitely keep your eye out for that sleeper game.
For me, honestly, I didn't get a chance to speak about these rankings at first, but it seems like the committee's valuing how good or how bad of a loss you have, or two or three, more than the quality wins so far, which is really interesting to me. I guess it's more of a rare data point, so it kind of makes sense to kind of magnify that more. You see that with Notre Dame and Miami. Notre Dame's losses were early in the season, and Miami had losses to bad ACC teams. So you see that kind of buffer. I mean, Notre Dame's 9th and Miami's 13th. So even though there's a head-to-head there with Miami beating Notre Dame, it seems like that's never really going to come into play, which I find interesting because, that should matter. But just because Miami had terrible losses, it looks like they're going to have a tough time getting in. And looking up higher, I think Notre Dame over Bama is interesting. Notre Dame's been hot, but they really haven't beaten anyone since USC. Bama has a much more consistent resume. They had a bunch of good wins in a row, but I don't know. I don't have too much of a problem with it just because of the way the two teams have been going. Bama looks one-dimensional. Their defenses look good, but their offenses struggled a little bit recently. And that's kind of like Oklahoma because I think Mateer is good, but he's still a little injured. And honestly, they didn't do too much on offense. Bama kind of handed them the game, and it wasn't really taken by Oklahoma. I mean, they had the one pick six, a missed field goal, fumble recovery, another turnover. I mean, the game was really just given to them. And I mean, credit to them for forcing the turnovers and everything like that. But Bama outgained them by like 200 yards. And you usually don't win too many games like that. So I think for Oklahoma, if they can really get their offense together more, I think they can make a run. But as of right now, they're definitely more of a defensive team, which is kind of crazy to say considering it's Oklahoma. But Bama, for them, I think I definitely favor them over Auburn. They should make it. But for the SEC, they still have Vandy in the mix too. I think Texas being down at 17 is definitely interesting, but they have a good resume. They have wins over Vandy. They beat Oklahoma. It's just kind of the Florida loss that kind of makes you wonder why they're not a little bit lower. But I don't know. I guess that since they have the quality losses, they're not lower than some might expect. So that's kind of what I think about that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just the fascinating rankings. It's pretty interesting, but we'll see how it adjusts as we get into conference championships and then obviously selection show the day after. So moving into the only last game I want to talk about is that drubbing down in Athens. Georgia manhandled Texas in that second half. I mean, that game in the third quarter, Arch Manning leads them right down the field. It's 14-10. You're like, okay, Texas is playing well. They got all the momentum right now. And then Georgia goes right down the field, scores again, and Kirby Smart, one of the best coaches in college football, decides, let's go for an onside kick here. See if we can get all the momentum back. Okay. And guess what? They went for an onside kick. Bam. Get it back. Go down, score it, and the game was over. I mean, Arch Manning didn't touch the ball until there was like 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter after that one touchdown drive, which is insane to me. Insane to me. Like, Texas, I'm sorry to say it, if they beat A&M, they should not be in. I know ESPN has been saying, yes, Texas is still alive. No, they're not. I mean, you've lost every big game you've played. You lost to Ohio State, credit, that was first game of the year. You lost to Georgia by 25 points when Bama just beat them and Athens. And, I mean, you lost to a Florida team who's complete garbage. So, I mean, it's just like Texas has not been a complete team all year. And, I mean, I know their defense is great and all, but just the offense is so up and down, man. Like, no run game. I mean, Sarkisian's offense is the run game has to work or it sucks. We saw it last year during the end of the year. If the run game wasn't there, the offense sucked. And, I mean, I hate to be honest. I hate to be this guy, but the hype with Arch Manning, I'm sorry to say this. The first year I've seen him, Quinn Ewers looks 1,000 times better than him. 1,000 times better than him. Like, it's just unbelievable why they wanted to push Ewers out of there. He was solid. I mean, he can make throws down the field. I mean, he didn't make these rookie, fluster mistakes. I mean, Arch just – I don't know, man. I thought Texas, they were my pick to win the whole thing. Obviously, that's down the toilet. So, I mean, yeah, Georgia, you don't want to see Georgia right now because they look very good right now. and they could be the. I think if one SEC team were to win the national championship, it's Georgia.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch too much of this game, but I did get to watch like around the part where you were talking about the onside kick, which was just ridiculous. Take some massive balls by Kirby Smart, just massive balls. And just the fact that you go out there and perform that and then you actually get it and then you just continue to pound them the entire game is absolutely insane. Was not expecting them to get beat that bad, but I wasn't shocked by it. Just because of some of their games. Again, they're one of those teams that just hasn't been consistent again. It's like they get a couple wins, get a couple like decent wins, and then all of a sudden they're down the toilet again. So, was I shocked by this? Not really. Also, like you said, Georgia's been playing really good recently, so wasn't too shocked by this being a blowout, but I thought Texas would put up a little more of a fight.
Yeah, I kind of just turned the game off. I would go on it, I'd look at the score, and then I'm just like, I was done. Wish Texas, like Gavin said, would have put up more of a fight. Overall, I think Georgia with that onside kick was a bold move, but honestly, it basically fully won them the game because they just slowly throughout that second half, especially, just sucked the life out of Texas. That's just Georgia football, though. I think too. That's the game they want to play, but you could just tell it killed them. And I mean, Arch just has these glimpses of hope, and then he just shoots him down the drain. He looks like Bryce, but the difference between Bryce and Arch is that Bryce is an actual freshman, and Arch is a fucking, supposed to be developed quarterback in some way, and it just doesn't feel like he is fully developed. So I'm assuming he'll actually, to get a little bit off topic, but not fully, but I'm assuming he'll stay another year. Just because it makes no sense for him to.
Oh, he better stay another year.
Yeah, it just makes no sense for him to go to the draft right now. It'd be stupid too. I don't think he'll transfer, but I think he'll stay another year.
Yeah, don't mean to get off topic, but I think another quarterback that I think will stay another year is Dante Moore. I think another year development, he could be really like a top tier quarterback. I think he'll stay as well. Ben, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Dude, I mean, don't even give me. I can't stand watching Texas. They just, I don't know. They have such good rosters. They have very good talent on the team, and then it just feels like every time you watch them, they just get outcoached. I mean, it was just a master performance by Kirby Smart against a Steve Sarkisian led Texas team. I mean, there's just levels to this, and Sarkisian's here, and then Kirby Smart's just up here. It's just not the same. And I don't know, the onside kick, I know it's one play, but like just that one play kind of just like shows you like the difference in between both these programs. You got, the Georgia team who's been here, done that. They're a very good team. And then you got, Texas who's trying to do that and trying to be the next team. And they just can't win the big games in the SEC so far. And I just don't think they're a team to make the playoffs, and they shouldn't be either because, dude, even if they beat Texas A&M, this is a 3-loss team. Like, seriously, this is what we're going to put in there. They beat Texas A&M, who's had struggles against some of these other teams that aren't even that good, but then, they'll go out and lose to a Florida team who's one of the worst in the season this so far, and they lost their head coach. I mean, you tell me this is a playoff team? I don't buy it. I think there's way better 2-loss teams than a 3-loss team Texas if they went out. So, but that's my take.
For me, I certainly am disappointed in Texas. They have this game. It is the biggest game on their entire schedule, and they just go ahead and just lay an absolute fucking egg. I mean, it was just so bad seeing them try to go in there, be what Georgia is, and just fail. And this has just happened the last 3 or 4 times they've played them. I think I saw a stat, and I think it's that Texas has had like 80 yards rushing combined in the last 3 games that they played against Georgia. Now, that's just fucking awful. And I'm sorry, you're not going to win a game having anywhere close to that. and it's just Texas just is owned by them. And I've got fooled again because I picked Georgia against Bama, and I picked Texas against Georgia. And I don't know why I do that, because these teams just own each other, and I don't know why I don't see it coming. But Georgia winning this game, they definitely proved me wrong a little bit. I think Georgia's probably a top 3 team in the country. I think you could argue that they're better than Indiana right now. And honestly, they might be better than Texas A&M because, I mean, while A&M's had some decent wins, I think Georgia just had it put more together. And I don't know what Gavin's face is right now, but I think that if you were to have the top 2 teams in the country right now, I don't know what he just said, but I think it's Ohio State and Georgia right now as the 2 favorites, personally. After a performance like that, after the coaching masterclass, the defense, the offense, I mean, they just look really complete right now. They've kind of gone through the gauntlet and came out on the other side. And I think that that's going to bode well for them coming in the playoffs here. And honestly, I think for them, they'd probably wish that they don't have to play in the SEC championship, because then they'd probably just have a top 4 seed clinched. I mean, for them, that's fine. Don't have to play there. That's another loss that we don't have to worry about. And boom, there's your top 4 seed. So for Georgia, I think that 4 spot's definitely something you want to have.
Absolutely. I think they're one of the top teams right now. I think you can argue the case that they could be top 2, but we'll see. So last week we move on. We move on to this week. Small slate. We only got 3 games here on the college slate. First one we're going to get into is a massive. I think this is a playoff game for both teams. USC is going on the road to Eugene to face the Oregon Ducks. I think this is a playoff game. I think if USC wins, they control their own destiny. If Oregon wins, I mean, they got it, and then they're in. I mean, I didn't mean to say if they win. They win, they're automatically in, I think. But if they lose, there's an argument to be had with all these teams that are going to be 10-2. Like, what happens if Notre Dame's 10-2? What happens if Michigan beats Ohio State? I mean, is Oregon really going to win an argument over Michigan, who beat Ohio State? Absolutely not. But moving on from that, I think it will be a great game, West Coast game. I think it will be low. I don't know. I wouldn't say low scoring, but there'll be some scores. It won't be high scoring though. I think in this game, being in Eugene, USC I think can win this game if their run game's productive enough. But I'm gonna stick with the home team in this one just because of the crowd, the home atmosphere, what's on the line. I'm going Oregon this one, a tight one against USC.
Well, so I'm pretty sure, just letting all the listeners know, we have a group chat with everybody. I'm pretty sure Bros said he was taking USC like yesterday, but since he is not a man of his word, I will be a man of my word. I am sticking with the Trojans. Whole season is on the line. They've been playing good football. I think they're going to go in, beat the Ducks. Ducks haven't really played anybody yet this year, and I think they're going to get a little surprised by by a tough football team that's going to come into their house and kick them out of the playoffs real quick. I think this is do or die for both teams. Just since Oregon hasn't really played too many good teams this year, I think if they lose this game, they're probably cooked. I mean, I'd like another Big Ten team to make it, but I think they're done if they lose this game. And I think USC is just going to be coming in with like they got too much on the line too. The whole season, just they've been kind of like floating in the background a little bit, and I think this is going to be their game where they come out and show everybody how good they are. And hopefully they don't make me sound like an idiot talking about them like this when Saturday comes.
Well said by Gavin. And because Oregon has lost already to the Hoosiers at home, and because I honestly think USC's just entire overall dynamic of their team is better than Oregon's, I'm going to take the Trojans as well. I think that run game's really dynamic, as well as, honestly, they've passed the ball pretty well in some of these games, and I think that's what they need. I think it's going to be high scoring, actually, not low scoring at all. I think crowd does come into effect to try and keep Oregon in the game, but I think USC is actually going to be too much here. I think USC also has the better resume right now overall than I think Oregon. And, I mean, Oregon's best win is Iowa on the road? Barely win, I think. Because Penn State, I mean, yeah, they were ranked at the time when they beat them, but they're no longer ranked. They're horrible now. even if that's a night game, whiteout, whatever, it's not as good of a win as it was. So I'm going to take the Trojans over the Ducks, and USC, I guess, I think they're going to make the playoffs. Honestly, with that win, I think it just fully sets them up for success.
I've really been going back and forth personally with this one. I think that it being in Oregon, I think they're one of the best home environments really that there is in college football. But USC's been on a tear recently. They've had a close loss to Illinois and then had a decently close loss to Notre Dame. I think that they've proven that they can hang with the higher teams, and I think that this is just going to be a game where they need to find a way to win and just kind of just let things loose. Because Oregon's going to just try and honestly, they're probably just going to try to run the ball on them for the most part. Because I think that that's where they think that the strength of their team is. Because Dante Moore, he's been on and off, but I think they just need to put it all together if you're Oregon. And if you're USC, you got to cut it loose. But I think that Oregon losing to Indiana, I think that USC is not quite on the level of Indiana. So I think that just because this game is in Oregon, I'm going to have to go with the Ducks.
All right, we're split on that game. We'll let Hayden make his pick when he comes back in. Second one we'll get into, this is a bit – oh, Hayden, you're back. Can you hear me? Do you want to make a pick?
Yes, I do.
Not? All right.
Yo, can you hear me finally? Jesus. All right. I'll take Oregon at home. I think they'll get it done at home. I don't think USC's got the team to go in there and get the road victory, so I'll take Oregon at home.
Aiden keeps dropping in the picks.
That's what you think. I'm right behind you now. I don't want to hear it anymore. 2 away. I was 6. Now I'm 2.
It should be a good one in Eugene. Next one we move on to is a big one in the ACC for the ACC teams that want to compete for the ACC championship. Pitt against Georgia Tech. Should be a good game. This is probably going to be high scoring because the ACC, there's no defense in this league. But, yeah, I'm going with Georgia Tech and Haynes King to keep their momentum alive. With that Georgia game coming up next week, that's a big one for them. So they almost beat them last year, but we'll see. The game is in Atlanta, so it's neutral site, but we'll see. But I'm going with Georgia Tech over eat shit Pitt.
See, I'm trying to push the first in the rankings right now, so I'm going to go with another upset. I'm taking Mason Heinschel and Pitt upset over Georgia Tech. I don't think Georgia Tech is really as good as what their ranking says. I mean, they are a good football team. Don't get me wrong, but ever since Mason Heinschel took over this team, other than their last big game, they've looked like a really dominant football team, and I think they're gonna go get a upset win here.
I am going to roll with the Yellow Jackets. Give me Georgia Tech. I think, honestly, if they can get some momentum going into that Georgia game, could be really big for them. I think they've been a solid team. I think they just got to find a way to play consistent football like we were talking about with Oklahoma, and I think they can possibly sneak in. I don't know what their chances are, actually, of the ACC championship, but I think if they can sneak into the ACC championship, I think they can easily win it and get themselves a playoff spot pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm going to take
Kirk Rogers.
Yeah, I'm going to take Georgia Tech here. Dude, I'm sorry, Gavin. If you really think Pitt's going to beat them, I think that's crazy. Trying to get first in your picks here, you're going to drop yourself to last with these two coming up. I mean, that's bad. I mean, they just got Wally whooped.
And we cannot hear Hayden.
Okay.
So I'm going to just go ahead and make my pick, I guess. I believe that Pitt is a decent team. I don't think that they've really proven too much, though. They've kind of beaten a bunch of mid-ACC teams. I do like Heinschel. I think it's cool that a guy from our area is doing well for them. But I think we saw last week that he's not truly ready for the big moments just yet. And I don't know what Bros is talking about This game is not a neutral site. It's at Georgia Tech, so that's kind of funny. But
No, I was talking about Georgia and Georgia Tech's in Atlanta next week.
what? When did we mention that? Whatever. So I think Georgia Tech's going to honestly run the ball on them. I think Haynes King's probably going to have like 150 yards rushing, and give me the Yellow Jackets.
All right. Well, most everyone going the Yellow Jackets except for Gavin. He's going.
Kirk Rogers taking Georgia Tech, by the way.
He is. All right.
Put it in the chat.
Gotcha. Well, last one we got Big 12 matchup. Unfortunately, it lost a little bit of hype because someone's team decided to lose to Noah Fafita and Arizona, unfortunately. So this game don't mean shit anymore. But yeah, well,
it means stuff.
I mean, only for one team, but it's not. But yeah, so big noon kickoff will be there in Cincy. BYU at Cincinnati, night game at Nip. If Cincy would have won that game last week, I probably would take Cincinnati because their offense is still good, but just Sorsby, man, come on, you let me down. I wanted to pick them this week, but with BYU responding last week, they looked pretty solid. I mean, the run game is pretty good, but yeah, this should be a solid game. I think BYU, if they just play their cards right, they should win this game. But yeah, in any case, I am taking. You fucking thought I'm taking Cincinnati. They're pulling this upset off. BYU season's getting drumped down the toilet, and Texas Tech with the free ride to the Big 12 championship, and they're winning it because they're playing fucking Utah or Houston or someone like that. So yeah, going the upset. It's at night at Nip. Yeah, Cincy's winning, no questions asked.
Yeah, so I mean, we already know who I'm picking, but I would just like to say big noon. The game still matters for us. We have no shot at the college football playoffs anymore. We ruined that for ourselves. But unless your name is Noah Fafita, you are not coming into Nip and beating us, especially when it's Nip at night, baby. I haven't been to a Nip at night since I've been in college. This is gonna be awesome. We got big noon in the morning. I'll be up all night waiting in the grass for this thing to start. Can't wait. Just for these Mormons to come in and get absolutely spanked by Brendan Sorsby, my goat. The offense kind of struggled again last week, which was kind of disappointing. Till like the end of the game, we started picking it up a little bit. I don't know how we come out after 2 weeks and the first play we throw into a double covered comeback route and it gets picked off on a tipped ball. Was kind of disappointed by that. Kind of set us up for failure at the beginning of the game. But I think as long as we can not start off a game like that, you can't give BYU the ball that much. Like we can't just hand it to them. And I think we'll be able to get it done. Even though we're out of playoff contention, we're still have a very slim chance of the Big 12 championship. So that's what we're pushing for now. Go Bearcats.
Oh, the Cincinnati faithful. You know, they had such a high. And, you know, I've been a very big fan of the Bearcats. And I've honestly thought they were going to do something great this year, but they did not. But, you know, I also thought BYU was going to beat fucking Texas Tech a couple weeks ago. I was wrong about that, and they looked fucking god-awful compared to the Bearcats. So I am going to be taking the fucking Cincinnati Bearcats again. I fucking believe in this team. I do not give a flying fuck what any of you other people think. Brendan Sorsby will be back. This offense will be back. And I got faith in the Bearcats and night at the Nip. Let's fucking go Bearcats.
They about to make Bachmeier fucking number 47. That's a joke.
We're about to knock the 47 off his back and knock some sense into him and get a real number.
All right, I'm taking the Cougars. This is crazy. I've picked Cincy. I think I've picked Cincy twice now, and they've lost every single time. So I'm never picking them again.
You can tell this as a Steelers fan.
You can tell it's Steelers fan. Lions are 6-4, buddy. Shut up. Yeah, I'm taking the Cougars again. Gavin's picks again are gonna drop this week because he's taking terrible picks this week, and I'm gonna score up and keep going up, and I'm gonna take the lead here above Gavin. So, give me BYU to win the game by 10 plus.
I think
Nip
Perk
and night,
Rogers
baby,
is on the
unlike
perk.
anything else.
Yeah, I think Perk Rogers is on a perk right now, and
Yeah.
I love how literally it didn't even take like a minute. Didn't even take like 2 seconds. Bender just goes, all right, I'm taking the Cougars. Like, what are we doing?
No
What
thought
are we
into it, which is
doing?
why he's been at the bottom of the standings all year.
I think Bender might be into
They
Cougars,
think the
bro.
Penn
I
State
don't know.
whiteout is a big environment. Just wait till a blackout at Nip at night. It's gonna be rocking. The Mormons got to travel across the country for this.
You cannot
ain't
sit
doing
here with a straight face and say that Nip at night is even close to Penn State at night, dude.
And I can't even respond to anything Hayden says because his internet is so bad that it cuts out every half a second that he speaks.
Yeah, Perk Rogers just Perk
I think,
Rogers.
I think we know him for. I think we know where War Rob's going, so he can make it quick.
No, well, I'm not going to make it quick. I'm actually going to have a long, drawn-out answer for this. Thank you very much. I've been kind of dogging on Cincy this year. Preseason, I think I had them going 7-5 or something like that, and it's possible if they lose this game that they could be on the track for that. I must personally say I've seen some good from this year, but I've also seen a lot of bad. They had a blowout loss to the best team they played this year in Utah. They lost to wannabe Mahomes. Then they had a home loss to Arizona off a bye week when they absolutely had to win. And to me, that's just something you hate to see because Cincy really did have a chance to make the playoffs. And for my friends who go to Cincy, Gavin included, I think that this really could have been a special year for them. But I hate 47 on a quarterback. I saw BYU get absolutely bent over and fucked in Lubbock, Texas versus the Red Raiders. And I'm also going to be attending this game. So for this weekend, and this weekend only, I'm a fucking Bearcat. Let's fucking go, Brendan Sorsby. They're pulling off this upset.
Yeah.
And the Bearcats are back in the rankings after this week. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
And you want to unmute your mic so you can describe your.
Yeah, I just wanted to
Or
say,
he's not gonna say.
yeah, I just wanted to say, you can't sit here and be a serious person with a straight face and say that Nip at night is anywhere near Penn State at night in a whiteout. That's just blasphemy. I'm sorry.
Well, we'll see what happens. That should be a good game. And Nip should be a great environment. That's all we got for college this week. I mean, it's not really a big slate, but moving into football from last week, NFL, I mean, a lot of good games that have occurred last week. Will Rob, your point about the Denver Broncos has gone down the toilet so fast, it's unbelievable. I mean, you really did believe in Bo Nix and that great defense? Yeah, you're a fucking moron for that. Because Patrick Mahomes and that Chiefs offense that looks so piss poor right now. I mean, it's possible they might lose to the Dallas Cowboys. Like, it's so bad right now for the Chiefs right now. If they lose this game against the Colts, yeah, I think they're cooked. Because 6 losses, that should be tough just trying to get in against all those teams. Another good game we saw Sunday night. Low scoring. Philly barely pulled it out against Detroit. Gab will have more to say to that in a little bit because the game, the way it ended, was absolute bullshit. I mean, the fucking guy should have been offensive PI for once in my life. I agree with Chris Collinsworth on a call. Don't know how that's possible. It's just unbelievable how much blasphemy. Like, are you serious? He shoved the dude off. A.J. Brown, they're like, yeah, defensive pass interference. No, didn't touch him at all. They're like, yep, defensive pass interference. But, yeah, that game was good. I mean, the difference in the game was it was the offensive line. Just I didn't think they'd get shut down. Like so, it just didn't look like the Lions offense I've ever seen before. I mean, it just anything they tried just didn't work. The main problem was offensive line got dominated. The defensive line for the Eagles had I think 5 tip balls. Like that just can't happen. I mean, I know Philly's defense is really good. No dishonor them. Their defense is really good. And I mean, their offense put up 16 points and they still won. If you would have told me the Eagles would have put up 16 points and beat the Lions on Sunday, that I would probably say not happen. But the way they affected Jared Goff was absolutely insane. And then also, NFC, the Rams just keep proving a good point. I mean, they beat the Seahawks only by 2 points, even though Sam Darnold had his worst game of the year. I think the Rams just own Sam Darnold at this point from last year and this year, forcing 4 interceptions. I mean, Stafford keeps playing at MVP level. I mean, they're dangerous. The Rams are still good. I think the Seahawks are still good. I mean, Darnold had one bad game. I mean, their defense shut down the Rams partially for most of that game except the first quarter. So, I mean, Josh Allen had a good bounce back against the Bucs. He had, 5 or 6 touchdowns. It was pretty good. But, I mean, yeah. And then lastly, I'll just keep it brief. Cowboys played the Raiders. Raiders are horrible. I mean, Quentin Williams looked absolutely great. I mean, I like the addition of him. Logan Wilson was solid. I mean, if we can keep just playing and competing in these games, I'm good with that. I mean, am I surprised if we maybe beat the Eagles this week? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen? No. But would I be happy? Absolutely. But, I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens with Dallas. I mean, their defense looks better. I mean, we probably still won't win more than 7 games. But, yeah, I mean, that's all I got to add. I mean, there's a lot of good games, a lot of surprises, and then the playoff picture is starting to motion itself. Who are the top contenders for the Super Bowl this year?
Yeah, before I get into the Lions dumpster fire, I'll just mention the Rams are just absolutely insane right now. I think Matthew Stafford making a case for MVP, which good for him. And just like I said in the last podcast, I picked the Rams because they've been this very good, consistent football team. And then the Seahawks have a guy named Sam Darnold at quarterback, which we've seen, especially last year when it came down to the big games, what happened with him. So he once again showed that multiple turnovers. And I guess I'll get in the Lions game now. The main problem is really the interior O-line. The loss of Frank Ragnow this offseason was absolutely just absolutely broke our O-line, which good for him, he retired, but now our O-line just sucks on the inside, which is why so many of these balls are getting batted down at the line, and why Jared Goff, I've said this before, most unathletic professional athlete I've ever seen in my life. Dude, if he's got a guy running straight at him, he craps his pants, and then it's just a terrible ball. So we need a good O-line, and this year we just have not had that like we have in the past. We had so many chances to score, so I'm not gonna say this one call just blew us the whole game, but this game, the refs were very lenient. There was only one pass interference call the entire football game, and it came at the worst possible time and probably the worst possible call they could have had of the night. The Lions defense, like I said, the Lions offense absolutely sucked. We were dropping passes. Jared Goff was under pressure. Couldn't do anything. Run game wasn't working because the Eagles have every superstar in the league on their defense. We had a couple big plays, but offense really sucked. The defense, on the other hand, came to play. The defense was making stops. Stopped the Eagles 2 tush pushes in a row to get us the ball back. And then we stall out on offense again. Or, no, we didn't stall out. I'm sorry. We got a field goal. Gaining some momentum, and then just for the refs to end a game like that is absolutely ridiculous to me. These are two teams on the top of the NFC, and you just take the game in your own hands and just end it like that. Would we have even tied that game up? I have no idea. But the fact that our defense played that good and earned our offense another chance and we didn't get it is absolutely absurd. And there needs to be something done about that, whether it's reviews on calls or whatever. But that just cannot happen, especially at the end of a game. That bad of a call, especially when the ball was thrown 10 yards over everyone's head on the sideline. Probably some little kid caught it in the front row of the stands. So that's all I got.
I saw the end of the game. We were trying to watch it during our adult league games on Sunday night, which we've realized collectively as an adult league team that the Lions have played the Chiefs and the Eagles on Sunday Night Football while we play, and they have lost both times, basically because of the refs a little bit, but also in part they just suck on Sunday Night Football for some reason when we were playing hockey. We did get both dubs. Felt like I should add that in there for the weekend. But I was just so frustrated with our, honestly, just overall play, but the fourth down play. It felt like we could have converted on a lot of those fourth downs, and it was just nothing there. And what's more frustrating is that when Jared Goff gets flustered in the pocket and the O-line can't even protect him a little bit, he's flustered, it feels like, the rest of the game. He just can't. It comes down to his throws and then people not being able to catch the ball, and all this stuff. And I think it's just the little things. I think the play calling was there. I think the play calling was great from Dan Campbell again. We just got to execute, and we got to be able to pass protect right now. Like, we cannot win games if we can't protect Jared Goff and let him have a clean pocket, at least one down. And obviously, teams are going to blitz us a lot more after watching what Brian Flores did to us earlier in the year, a couple weeks ago, because Brian Flores blitzed us like 50% of the time, and we literally couldn't do anything on offense because of that. So I just think the refs need to fucking get their heads out of their ass, and we just need to play a complete game of football like I know we can, and we will be fine, and we will easily make the playoffs. I think we still will make the playoffs, but we just need to lock in, I feel like, honestly, as a team. Like, I think we need to realize that this is not as easy of a road or a year as last year was, and it's not going to get any easier, even with, our harder teams, like, somewhat off the schedule.
Yeah, the Lions. I know that obviously that call was terrible. I would have been devastated if that happened to my team. I completely feel you guys. It's terrible. They got to fix something because you just can't have a game end like that, especially on a bad call. If it ends on a call that's worthy, it's one thing. But I mean, you can't have a call like that. It's just absolutely terrible and just ends the game like that. But with that being said, you guys have mentioned it, which I'm happy you did because you're not too biased. But I mean, the Lions got to fix something because, I think they're a playoff team, but as of now, I don't think they're a team that makes a deep run. They could honestly lose first round this year, the way they've been playing. I mean, they're just so inconsistent, and like Gavin said, it stems from the offensive line, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, they can't do anything, and it's just crazy because it's not the same team we saw last year, at least in my opinion, in the regular season. And they got to fix some stuff. I mean, it's pretty clear. I mean, you can't be going 44 points against Commanders and then playing a very good team and scoring 9 and expect to win games, especially when it comes to the playoffs. So I mean, they got to fix some stuff. I mean, the fact that they're losing the divisions to the Chicago Bears, I think is very surprising. So I don't think anybody would have guessed that. So definitely have to fix some things, but I mean, they still control their destiny. It's pretty early still, so they just got to win games.
For me, seeing the end of the Lions game, I think that it was a pretty terrible call. That's something that really can't be denied. But also, the Lions' offense was just terrible in that game. I mean, I know MCDC called a great game the game before, but it was also the Commanders. I think that you couldn't really put too much weight into that because the Commanders are just pretty terrible. So I will say that the Eagles have a good defense, but 9 points in a primetime game like this is just not acceptable. And whether that's O-line, whether that's Jared Goff's abilities, or whether that's just play calling in general, I think you just got to fix it because you're not going to win too many games scoring 9 points, and I think that's just a given. For the Chiefs and Broncos game, I will say that the Broncos have done a really good job winning close games this year, and the Chiefs are just disappointing. They've had a pretty tough schedule, and I feel like that's kind of continuing this coming week. So I'm not too surprised that they're doing the way that they are. I'm honestly not too convinced still that the Broncos will do a lot of damage in the playoffs, just because they haven't had like a real signature win besides this one. So I think that the Broncos just got to keep proving themselves in the future. Did the Bucs win this past week? Was that something that Bros brought up?
No, Bills beat them. Bills beat the Bucs.
The Bills did. Oh, right. Yeah, so the Bucs need to get it together because I had a lot of hopes for them, and Josh Allen played really well this past week, so that was good for the Bills. Forgot about that game honestly, but yeah, Josh Allen played really well, and the Rams they got the win over the Seahawks. I think that was kind of predictable because the Seahawks really haven't played too much of anyone either, but the Rams have kind of proven themselves. I think Stafford's just playing really well, honestly at an MVP level. So I think the Rams have a real chance to get to the Super Bowl, honestly. And one more game I'll talk about is the Browns. I think that right now we really just got to tank. Shadur's going to be starting this coming week, and I really don't care that it's the Raiders. I don't think he's going to do too much. I don't have a lot of high hopes for him, and really I just want to tank. Hopefully we can get like Carnell Tate and some other good talent in the first round, and then maybe get a quarterback later on because I really don't think that Mendoza is just going to turn around this team. So hopefully we continue to lose. Now it's kind of weird to hear from a fan, but I don't really want to see us, fuck ourselves and get a lower draft pick. So that's how I feel about the Browns right now.
Shadur's about to come in and play like an all-star, and then you guys aren't gonna be able to tank. It's gonna be hilarious. Can't wait.
Nope.
Yeah, well, we'll see where all those teams go. First game we got this is the bigger slate in college football. First game we got is Thursday night game. Buffalo up that good performance against Tampa, going on the road to face a very good Texans defense. Davis Mills is starting for them. For them, it's just a matter of time. I think this will be a good game. The Texans have a good defense. It's just we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think the Bills win. It's low scoring. I think Josh Allen has that clutch factor in him, so give me the Bills.
Yeah, it's kind of been surprising this year, like how the Bills are kind of struggling a little bit. But I mean, last week, it was just Josh Allen being Josh Allen. Like that's absolutely absurd. Thing is, what was it, 3 rushing and 3 passing touchdowns? Like that's unreal. Um, I think, and I don't think the Texans offense can be able to get rolling with Davis. So, um, yeah, give me the Bills to keep it rolling after a big win last week.
Man, Josh had a game in fantasy. That's what I fucking know. Because he clutched up my fantasy league for me. He won me my one league that I have him in. So I'm taking the Bills this Thursday night, this beautiful Thursday night. We got faith in them. I think that defense will hopefully clean themselves up and they'll get to a good championship level, hopefully, and they can maybe make a run at the Super Bowl, which they've been trying to do for the last 5 or 6 years.
I personally believe that this won't be too much of a game. I think that it's pretty obvious who's going to win here. I think that Josh Allen's playing on a much higher level, and I believe that he'll lead this team to a pretty significant win. Yeah, I don't think it'll be too close. I don't really care if the Texans have a decent defense or not. Their offense behind Davis Mills won't do jack shit. So I got the Bills by a comfortable amount here.
Well, Hayden keeps leaving and lagging out, so I don't know what's going on with him. But yeah, clean sweep for the Bills. Next game we got is a good one. Pittsburgh against Chicago. Aaron Rodgers, we don't know what his status is for this game. Wow, Hayden, perfect time. We're talking about your Steelers right now. But yeah, this would be a good game, I think. I think Rodgers will play because it's the Bears. I mean, he owns the Bears in his career. This will be a good game in Chicago. I think it'll be very close. I could see both these teams winning pretty easily. But yeah, I think it'll be a solid game. But I think for the first time this year, I'm going with Aaron Rodgers. I think they beat the Chicago Bears because Rodgers just knows how to beat Chicago. I don't know what it is, but when he plays Chicago, he's untouchable against them. So I'm going with the Steelers, go into Chicago and tamper the Bears' hopes a little bit because I don't believe, honestly, the Bears are that good.
For the sake of the Lions, I really hope the Steelers win this game But I can't pick with Aaron Rodgers, especially if he's playing. So give me the Bears to keep it rolling.
Yeah, so I definitely agree with Gavin. I really hope Bears pull a Bears moment, but they're not going to. So give me Bears over the Steelers because Steelers are ass. Confirmed.
Muted.
Kirk Rogers is on some perks, all right, and Benner's on the perks with him.
Mr. Rogers, would you like to make this pick? And guess
My
not.
phone doesn't work.
There it goes again. For me personally, I'm very aware of Kirk Rogers owning the Bears. I don't really care what team he's on. I don't care if it's in Chicago or not. I think that it's kind of undeniable that he just owns them. And going off of history here, I think that it's going to bode well for the Steelers. And as much as I hate them, I think they pull it out this time. They beat the Bears this time around.
All right, well, we're split on this one. Should be a good game, Chicago. Next one we got must win for the Chiefs here, I believe. Indianapolis going on the road to face Kansas City. It's going to be a good game. It's a 1 o'clock game, surprisingly. I'm surprised it wasn't in the later afternoon. Chiefs have been up and down this year. The Colts have been very impressive with Sauce Gardner now on the team on the defense. Looks a lot better than it was. I mean, I'm not saying the defense is bad, but I mean it's improved now with Sauce Gardner being there. I think it'll be a good game. I think Daniel Jones will play way better than again against Pittsburgh. And that's why I am going with the Indianapolis Colts to beat the Chiefs. I know that's very surprising to hear. But, yeah, I just think the Chiefs are just up and down this year. And I think it's very possible that we may not see them in January and February this year. It's a very big possibility. So I'm going with the Colts. And I think if they just give to Jonathan Taylor enough carries and they just let their playmakers do what they need to do, the Colts will win this game.
Yeah, this Colts offense has just been so dominant. They've had Jonathan Taylor, who's also up as an MVP candidate. Then they've got with him running like that also opens up the pass game, or it could be the other way around. But everything's just kind of rolling for them right now. T.J. Warren, absolute stud at tight end too. They can run the play action. It's like they can do really whatever they want. And I got them beating the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs dropping to 5-6. We're about to see them with a losing record, and we're about to see a not so happy Evans to golf. So, give me the Colts.
I'm going to keep this one real simple for you. Danny motherfucking Dimes, Indiana fucking Jones, Colts are back, Chiefs are ass. Adios, muchachos, to the Chiefs' playoffs hopes. Burke Rogers is in here twice. What in?
Aiden, you here? And still no. All right, well, Rob.
All right. I chose to believe in the Chiefs a few too many times this year. I think that their whole team is becoming unk. They might be the new retirement home. So I think I'm going up with the new up-and-comers here in the AFC. I think I got to go with the Colts. I think Jonathan Taylor is going to have another big fantasy game for me. And I think that Danny Dimes is going to do enough as well. I think the Colts get it done in Kansas City.
All right, well, clean sweep there for the Colts. Haynes just not been able to say anything because his connection's been lagging out. But last two we got.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Who do you got in this
Holy
game?
crap. All right.
Colts and Chiefs.
What games did you guys pick? Because, dude, I haven't been able to hear anything for like the last 15 minutes.
That's just perfect. Bills, Texans, Steelers, Bears, and then the Colts and the Chiefs.
All right. I'll take the Bills. I'm taking the Steelers then. And then, who'd you say plays the Chiefs? Because I don't want to take the Chiefs.
Colts.
Yeah, give me the Colts. Screw the Chiefs. Hopefully they go 5-6.
Well, next one, last two we got. This one's at 4:25. Big one, the NFC East. Philly going on the road. Their offense has struggled. We've seen, but their defense is very solid. Playing the Dallas Cowboys. This game will be, I think, a good game. I think last time they played, the first game of the season, it was a great game. Dallas was there right with them till the end. But, it should be a good game. Philly's defense is solid. I mean, I think Dallas's offense is good. Their defense is improved. I don't know if it will stop the Eagles' offense, though. But they've been up and down this year. I don't know what to expect from the Eagles. They could go absolutely nuclear or they could suck ass. I mean, I've seen versions of that so many times. It's unbelievable. But in this game, I think the Cowboys, I think they get it done. I think they win this one since it's the division game. These division games are crazy. I mean, the Giants beat the Eagles, so I think the Cowboys can. So I'm going with Dallas, and I think it's all going to be because of one guy. His name is Brandon fucking Aubrey. He's hitting a game winner where we're beating the Eagles, and then we're going right into Thanksgiving, and then we're going to just squash the Kansas City Chiefs playoff hopes like that. And then don't let them get hot, because if they go 2 out of 3 on this next 3, they got a shot. So I think they beat the Eagles in this one because of Brandon motherfucking Aubrey.
Can we just all simultaneously please pick the Eagles at the same time?
I'm so down for that. I also wanted to root.
Right,
I also wanted to rant against Bros here.
Eagles.
Their offense is so bad, bro.
EAGLES Eagles.
Eagles, bitch.
Their offense is horrible. You're trusting a team that has a total yardage of
Dak
100.
I'm trusting a team that has a better defense than yours.
Dak Prescott sucks.
Dude,
Hey, Bros,
there.
you want to know a guy who's also named Brandon? It's fucking Brandon motherfucking Graham, who just came out of retirement to beat that Cowboy ass some more. Just beat the shit out of them.
Eagles own your ass, boy.
I just don't get it. Their offense has been so bad, bro.
EAGLES Eagles.
I'm sorry to say, our offense is way better than theirs. It's not even close. I hate to say it. Yes, I'm taking.
Don't care.
I'm taking
Dak Prescott sucks.
This man said that Dak Prescott could win the MVP.
MVP candidate.
Here, let me help you out here a little bit. Bros, you don't know anything, bros. I don't know what you're talking about, bros. The Cowboys aren't America's team, bros.
Philly lost to the Giants. They're not that good.
Bros, anybody can lose, especially the Dallas Cowboys. You should know that, bros. Because they're ass. They're so ass. They're so amazingly ass. Just like your takes, bros. They're horrible. They're all wrong. You're wrong.
I can't wait till Brandon Aubrey comes into Ford Field and beats you guys.
I can't wait.
I cannot wait.
Ford Field. And Bros needs his brain checked entirely. The entire.
Right,
Bros, when we get that brain scan, holy cow.
Next game.
They'll let the offense get rolling, but yeah.
They'll let the offense get rolling. Don't let Dak throw 3 picks against a good team.
The Eagles' offense is horrible. So
Arizona Cardinals.
Okay, the Arizona Cardinals.
Chicago Bears.
Bears are solid.
Next game.
Remember the Arizona Cardinals. Philadelphia Eagles.
The Minnesota Vikings.
Next game.
Chris, our losses are a lot better than yours, and you're the one who said Dak is an MVP candidate.
Dude, you guys have lost to a mid-Vikings.
Remember that. You said Dak Prescott is an MVP candidate.
And you lost to a Packers team.
Dak's gonna go from saying "here we go" to when he throws 5 picks, "here you go."
Oh my God, here we go. Fucking Eagles plays is undeniable in this shit.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, here you go.
It's all right. Just wait until we beat them.
Super DeGene.
But anyways, last one we got, Sunday Night Football. Rams look like the best team in the NFC, potentially in football. They're tasting Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're looking to bounce back after 2 good losses to the Patriots and the Bills. I think it'll be a good game. Baker and Stafford are both good quarterbacks, but I'm going with Stafford. He's been playing at a great level so far this year. He could win MVP if he keeps it up. The Bucs are a good team. It's just they play a gauntlet. So, I mean, and the Panthers are sneaking right up on them. So, I mean, who knows what that division's going to be. But, yeah, I'm going with the Rams. I think it'll be a good game, close. But I trust Stafford right now more than Baker right now. So, give me L.A. I'm remaking my mistake from last week from taking the Seahawks. So, yeah, going with the Rams.
Keep it short and sweet. MVP, Matthew Stafford, and the Rams.
So I'm now debating on switching my pick because I was going to pick the Rams, but Bros just called Matt Stafford an MVP candidate, which basically means he's due for an absolutely atrocious game to just end all the MVP talks. Because let's see, he's
Matt
called
Stafford's
Jake
a lot
Browning
better
an
than
MVP candidate. He's called Jake Browning close to Joe Burrow. So I don't even know how those two compare. Then he's told the entire nation that Dak Prescott is an MVP candidate. So I don't know if I can trust those gears that are in Bros's head because every time they go and you hear him work, he spits out an entirely horrible answer way too early. So I don't know, Jim. I don't know. I think I'm going to take the Rams still, but if my pick is wrong, it's Bros's fault for jinxing Matt Stafford. I think that's the way we go here.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Rams also. Keep it short. I did pick them in the original episode to make the Super Bowl, and I think I also said Stafford will probably win MVP in that episode as well, so I'm going to keep it up with the Rams.
I like the picks here. I think the Bucs are just going on an absolute gauntlet right now. I think that the Rams are just probably the best team, maybe in football, definitely in the NFC right now. They've been playing great, and just with all their weapons and Matt Stafford leading the charge, I just think that they're kind of unstoppable right now. So I'm going with the Rams as well.
All right, well, clean sleep there for the Rams. Does anyone else have anything to add before we go?
I know I was not on the podcast last
Dave
week,
Portnoy,
but
if
everyone.
you're listening, I love you, and I'll see you Saturday.
So gay.
Gavin.
And the glaze is already beginning.
A little too much glaze there, I can't lie.
Oh, I can talk now. Great.
Pizza boy.
Great.
No, you're not allowed to.
Thank you, guys. Okay, so
Sorry,
obviously
John,
I was not on the
I
pod
couldn't
last
hear you.
week, and here comes the bullshit again. Okay, so
Sorry, John,
obviously I was on the
sorry.
pod last week, but to all these people here, and I don't know if I made it announced in any other recent podcasts, but I have picked my NBA team, and that is the Orlando Magic, baby. Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Whoa. Bro, the Orlando Magic. You want to know why I love them? Because I get to troll all of you in here who actually like the NBA and actually pay attention to the sport, where I can just sit there and I go, oh, the Orlando Magic song is playing on my page right now, and I just send it to you, especially if it's your favorite team, which we have beaten the Celtics once this year. They did get us back the next game, but we have won that, and we won round 2 of the NBA Cup. I know what
They
I'm
got
talking about.
us back.
Wagner had a great game last night too. So, I do know a couple players' names now. I'm getting into it a little bit here. I'm locking in a little bit. I'm not that smart at NBA or any type of basketball. I'm a short, tiny little boy who likes hockey, real man sport, not NBA. Not NBA poke in the eye.
All right.
Put Shaquille O'Neal on the ice, and he's whooping every single hockey player to ever do
Shaquille
it.
O'Neal would literally break skates because of how big his feet are, bro. You ever heard of Shaq Hyman? Bender?
Nope. And what I do know
Shaquille
is
O'Neal's-
they
it's
make the size
Shaquille
20
O'Neal's
shoe for him.
How about
make-believe character.
Iguodala?
Give me Iguodala.
Yeah,
You
also
think Ovechkin's tough? Just wait till he plays Shaq on the ice. Then
Bro,
he'll see how
Ovechkin,
tough
I
he
think,
is.
would genuinely, murder Shaq. He's
Oh
a
my
Russian,
God.
bro. You have, dude. Russians in hockey are actually different. I'm actually so for real.
Shaq's like 350,
man,
bro.
Ovi
It's just
Ovi is
trucking
not
it.
only like 40 years old in unk, but he's like top 3 in all time hitting, as well as the number 1 goal scorer in the NHL in all time in regular season. So I mean, I think you're just adding to the fact that the Russian man is not scared of anything. He just puts the puck in the back of the net.
You know who else is 40?
I think he'd be scared of somebody
LeBron!
Sounds heavier,
He's
but okay.
back. He made his
There it is.
debut. The
LeBron's
NBA is
still on the
officially back.
bench, and
NBA
Bronny
is
James is
officially
starting
back.
from.
LeBron's in the G
NBA is
League.
back.
LeBron's in the
back.
G League. I'm
The
sorry.
GOAT is back. The GOAT is back.
Cannot believe that
Go.
Bronny James is
The
starting
GOAT.
over LeBron.
The GOAT. He's back. The GOAT is back. And also, shout out to the Ohio State Buckeyes. They got a game winner against Notre Dame. They're still undefeated. They're about to be ranked. Go Bucs, baby. Woohoo.
Yep. And then also
Gotta
moving
love
on.
seeing
talked
Bronny
like
in
he was
the
a
starting
glazed
lineup
donut
when
right
he
there.
brought on the G League.
You just saw the glaze ooze out of his mouth right
And
there.
then also the Cavs, they lost again, of course, to the Houston Rockets because Donovan Mitchell decided to go 8 of 17 from the field, absolute dog shit. Of course, Darius Garland's a little pussy, doesn't fucking play one big game for us. Should have traded him like we had the chance, but our GM's like, nope, let's keep this mid-point
shut
guard on our
up.
team. But yeah, it's okay. It's just I don't understand.
Hang on. I got something
Yeah,
here.
but when
To help
you guys
with-
lose games and he's not playing, it's because he's not playing. That's the reason why you lose.
That is very true. We've heard that.
Bill Bros,
very often
he
from
one
the Cavs
contradictor of self. Okay,
Says
well,
the
I
man who
should give a
talks
little
about
shout out
Kobe
to
White every
Kubi
time
and the
the Bulls
Detroit
lose.
Pistons. They've looked great. I've heard through the NBA games lately. I think they're like number one in the conference or something like that. I don't know. They pulled off 10 straight, I think, or something like that. They look pretty good.
Don't care. Cavs fucked them.
So, don't know what's going on with the Cavalry right now or something. They look like ass, is what I think is happening.
The top
The
two
Orlando
teams in the
Magic
East
are
the
going to
Detroit
beat
Pistons
them.
and the Toronto Raptors.
They're going to beat that ass.
John doesn't know
Raptors
basketball.
and the Pistons are the two best teams in the East.
Yep, don't care. That's not going to
I
last.
told
And
you
just want
guys
to
the
say,
Pistons would be at the top.
yep, they've played
You said
nobody.
the
They
Bulls
played the
would be-
Cavs and lost by 30. Also, just want to say, the injury excuse, it also works for Gavin. Even though Kobe White hasn't played in any game this season, he blames them for losing.
Not that.
Kobe White not playing. So, just want to say that.
No, but then I don't trash talk Kobe White when he does play and we lose. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
say we
not
should
like-
trade
he's
him.
not
Garland
like
didn't
Bros.
play, so only Bros trash talks him.
Yep. And the Bulls are trailing the Blazers by 1 early in the second. So, yeah, a little NBA discussion right there. But anyone else got anything to add before we leave?
16-0 on the
Sign
way.
Tyreek Skubal.
Let's go.
Oh, okay.
Re-sign Stephen Kwan.
Unfortunately, for Tigers fans, we know. Don't trade Stephen Kwan, please. Do not.
Re-sign him.
I will fucking lose. Fuck, we're so fucking.
Please
poor.
trade Stephen Kwan.
No, hey, you
And
guys
here's
need to worry
Kirk
about your
Rogers
team
talking
right now.
dumb
You guys
shit.
need to worry
Sell the
about
Celtics franchise.
Yeah, there you go.
Jason Tatum's a little pussy.
Send Rodgers back to the mountains.
All right. I can't wait for the Steelers to win a few games coming up. I'll say that.
God, here
Yeah.
we go.
That's hilarious.
Bears and Lions on the
All right, that'll
21st.
do it
Get
for
ready.
the episode of this podcast. Oh, here we go. Yeah,
Get ready for the 29th, bitch.
Cowboys got a better chance to win than the Steelers.
And on that note, I
I'm
think we're
leaving.
done.
Terrible take.
Yep, we are ending the podcast on that. Thank you everyone for listening, and we'll see you for the next one.